what happens when you take the DNA of A Link to the Past, drown it in a dark fantasy western setting, and give it the punishing soul of Bloodborne? You get Tombwater. Hi folks, it's Dove. I've been deep in the trenches with an early key from Midwest Games, and Moth Atlas has crafted something special here. This one is honest, methodical, and is arguably the best Retroidvania I've played. So today I want to do a deep dive and talk about the bullet economy, the magic of trans-occurgy, and why if you're on the fence for the genre of Souls-like, this might be the perfect reason to jump in. For pixel art lovers, this world is one you're gonna absolutely love and want to get lost in. But just like the best games, exploration here is definitely a double-edged sword. There are no direct markers at all. The map gives you a general direction, so you know if you're going in circles, but the rest is down to your own memory, and if you're a nerd like me, and take notes. One of the many things they do absolutely flawlessly in Tombwater is dole out the story in small pieces. Yes, it's a hallmark of the genre, but they do it oh so well. Instead of boring you up front with a bunch of lore and characters you haven't or don't care about yet, it gives you tiny pieces as you go. A great introduction to introduce you to the overall theme, but then after that, years of mystery fill the void, and you're essentially just trying to find and meet up with your buddy from long ago. So not only is the story fantastic, but I honestly was guessing the whole time as to what exactly was going on in this dark horror. It can be daunting at first, but honestly, it's brilliant. If you get lost, chances are you'll stumble into a new ability, maybe a powerful charm, or most definitely a hidden gauntlet of baddies that you'll be well rewarded for. It calls back to the best in the genre. It's that nostalgic feeling of blundering through something like Link to the Past without a guide, where every secret feels like a genuine personal victory. As you go deeper and deeper, the combat payoff is huge. The enemy variation is just absolutely staggering for a dev team this small. You never know what they're actually going to throw at you combat-wise, and when they group up, it becomes a deadly dance. Each character is just incredibly unique. They all, yes, have their own different sprites, but their attack patterns and consistency and weapons are all completely different and varied. It makes for extremely interesting combat, and I just have to tip my hat to the devs for that one. And with all that variation in combat comes a pretty steep price when it comes to the challenge. But here's the hidden truth of Souls-likes that I live by personally. If you suck, like myself, you outmath the problem. The loop is generous if you finish a successful corpse run, and that's what you need to focus on. You keep your XP and gold every time you return to your wavering western soul. So if you're able to fight a good fight and return to the spot of combat, you'll actually be able to improve your character, because you can continually farm and improve that build to make the fights just easier and easier. It's the only reason I finish most Souls-like games, including Dark Souls, and it's why Tombwater is 100% worth it, even if you're usually on the fence with games in the genre. At first, the combat economy doesn't really seem that complex, just a stamina bar to worry about and a madness meter you want to stay away from. But depending upon what build you have, it's gonna come to a very delicate dance to balance all three. I personally have tried a couple different classes, but I've just fallen in love with the Occultist, mainly because I love all the different magic spells, and it's just a lot of fun when you can pull it off. But that is the challenge. The balance is very important for every class, but I would say it's probably among the most important when you're the Occultist. Now, they all have to walk that balance, but when you're the Occultist, once you lose or trigger that madness meter, you're going to see hallucinations, maybe some enemies will pop up, but most importantly, you'll lose the ability to cast your magic spells. And when you main magic, you're going to leave yourself very vulnerable. regardless of your build, you'll definitely have to balance that stamina meter and combat overall. Luckily, there is a dodge that is incredibly responsive, but it's honest. No spamming iframes here. You have to be sharp, you have to be tactical, and you definitely can't get cornered because you can't just pass through enemies. Luckily, this dash is badass though, and it can bend mid-dash, so that's an upper hand in combat. Honestly, I only have one teeny tiny nitpick, and it's honestly just old Dovey yelling at the clouds here. It's the magic aiming. I wish we could free aim spells with the same precision as the firearms. A lot of the Occultist kit is area of effect or homing at times, but being able to snap aim in a crowd would make the magic heavy builds feel just a little snappier. It's a standard Souls-like rigidity, however, so it's something that's in the genre, and it's a minor gripe in an otherwise flawless, balanced combat. Tech-wise, this baby's a dream. It runs like butter on Fedora, which is a great sign for all you Steam Deck users out there. The responsiveness you need for this RETROIDVANIA style is there from minute one. No stutter, no lag, just pure, dark, Western action horror. So why do I call this a RETROIDVANIA? It's a Metroidvania style ARPG, and it hits that 16-bit pixel art just absolutely flawlessly. I also consider it a Retroidvania because of the progress gating. There's certain tools and upgrades that you'll have to get in order to get to other areas of the map, a hallmark of the Metroidvania genre. The controls feel completely modern and responsive, but it has all the hallmarks of those old retro games that I just couldn't put down, like A Link to the Past. I just loved all the secrets. It made the exploration just really pop and pay off. Anytime I stumbled across some wall that moved every time I walked by, I felt like Indiana Jones discovering something amazing. Tombwater is absolutely jam-packed here. The estimates are 20 to 25 hours, but I'd say you'd really have to have your head down and focused on the goals while also being really solid at combat. There are 20 distinct biomes to explore, and in those they have unique NPCs and quest lines that you'll encounter to make each playthrough a unique experience for yourself. There's different classes to change things up, and just a whole world to explore here. I know with a lot of Souls-like games, once you beat them, that's pretty much it. You like to mark down that you did it and, have it for bragging rights, but after that, you don't want to go back to it. With all the mysteries that you can uncover and the different nooks and crannies and directions you can go, this is an ultimate replayable game, especially with all the different build structures and class systems. I think there's a lot to enjoy after you get the credits to roll the first time. So the final verdict, do I recommend this? Absolutely. For pretty much anyone who's interested in this one, you're going to want to pick it up. If you're a Bloodborne or Souls-like fan, this is going to be just an instant classic for you. It's got that retro feel, but still pays homage and is honest in combat with a solid challenge spike. Fans of old classic SNES games like my personal favorite, Zelda: A Link to the Past, I think are really going to like this. It feels kind of like an adult version of that with a Souls-like horror twist to it that I just can't get enough of. There's so much customization, the builds are a lot of fun to play around with, and they matter when it comes to combat. So absolutely check out Tombwater. It'll be available on Steam starting March 31st. Thank you as always for watching, folks, and a special thanks to Moth, Atlas, and Midwest Games for giving us a chance to check this game out early. If you enjoyed this, hitting the like button and subscribing goes a long way towards us making more content. We make more reviews like this, we have weekly indie news, and we also have a comedy show where we feature upcoming indie trailers. Thanks again for watching, folks, and game on.